I'm gonna come clean with you guys. For many years, I actually hated saving money. I thought it was boring. I thought it was for nerds. But then something happened. It was a huge wake-up call that completely changed my perspective. And now I can't stop saving money. So, in this video, I'm gonna share exactly what that wake-up call was, but also I'm gonna show you how much we save every single month. Let's get right into it. Okay, so just setting the scene. I am in my office here at our home in Spain. Behind me is a bookshelf with all of my finance books. There's about 50 books back there. So yes, I love reading about finance. I am obsessed with it. And if you're not already doing this, I highly recommend it because it's like one of the best ways to learn. You can read an entire book in like 2 hours. It's super easy. It's super fast. And these books have life-changing information that you can use immediately. Okay, so I suggest if you haven't already, go pick up a few books about personal finance or business or investing or whatever your interests are. And let's get into the topic at hand, which is exactly how much we save each month. Okay, so first off, I want to say if you read just getting started on your savings journey and maybe you've never saved money before, or you only recently started, don't put too much pressure on yourself to be saving tons of money. Because when I first started, I started with only 5%. I saved 5% of my income and then I slowly progressed from there. So, if you're only able to save 5% right now, that's absolutely fine. It's better than zero. So don't beat yourself up. Just start somewhere. And it doesn't need to be a huge amount. If you're struggling to save even 5%, then try 2%, try 1%. But just make sure that you're doing something. That's the most important part. But anyways, I want to get into exactly how much we save every single month. And I think the best way for me to explain this is by taking you through a day in the life of our finances. So typically every single month, once a month, Ben will transfer money into my account. It's super easy. And this money is used for household bills, groceries, entertainment, everything like that. The money he transfers into my account is about $3,600 a month. That is our monthly living expenses, and we can make that work. We can pay all of our bills, we can eat out, we can do all the things we want to do with just that $3,600. So that's really great. And then the rest of our money goes into our different investment accounts. And so some of these accounts are long-term and some of these accounts are short-term. So it just depends on what we're saving for. But the good news is that this money, once it goes into these accounts, it's locked away and we can't touch it. So it's super important that we re-putting enough money into those accounts so that we can actually reach our financial goals. So right now we have 3 main goals. No. One is to buy a house in Portugal, and we're hoping to do this in the next 3 years. So we're looking at a pretty short time frame, and we need about 450,000 euros to buy this house. Now I know that seems like a lot, but the prices in Portugal are actually going down, which is great for us. And also the euro has been quite weak lately, which means if we convert our US dollars to euros, we're actually getting more euros for the same amount of dollars. So the exchange rate is also going in our favor right now. So yeah, that is our number 1 goal. We're hoping to buy this house in Portugal in the next 3 years. No, 2 is to start a family. And this is something that I want to do in the next couple of years. I'd really love to have kids. I'd love to be pregnant in 2023. And so we're also saving for that. We don't really know how much it's going to cost, but we're just going to estimate $20,000 for now. And number 3 is retirement. And we're saving for retirement just in case we get burnt out and we decide to retire early. Maybe we're gonna spend our days traveling the world. Maybe we're gonna spend our days here in Spain enjoying the sunshine. Who knows, but we're also saving for that. So, for our retirement, we're aiming to save about $1 million. Okay, so adding all of that up, we have our €450,000 house, we have our $20,000 goal for having a baby, and then we have our $1 million goal for retirement. That adds up to a grand total of $1.5 million, so that's what we're saving for. And right now it is our big goal to save as much as possible so that we can reach this $1.5 million mark. So, in terms of percentages, we're actually saving 77% of our income. That includes our $3,600 of monthly living expenses. So after Ben pays taxes, his take-home pay is $9,000, and then my take-home pay, about $5,500. Adding that up, we have a total of $14,500 of monthly income. And then again, we have those $3,600 of monthly expenses. So that leaves us with $11,000 that we can save and invest. And like I said earlier, that's about 77% of our income. Now you might be thinking, wow, 77% is a lot. How do you guys do that? Well, we're lucky because we both have pretty high-paying jobs. And we also live in a very low cost of living country, so our expenses are extremely low. But truthfully, I think anyone can save 77% of their income if they really wanted to. It just takes some creativity. It takes some discipline, but it's definitely possible. Okay, so remember how I said that some of our savings are short-term and some of them are long-term? Well, I want to talk a bit more about that because I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make when they re-saving money. They don't differentiate between their short-term goals and their long-term goals. So our long-term goals are things like buying a house, having a baby, retirement, anything where we're saving for further down the road. Anything over 5 years down the road is usually considered long-term, and our short-term goals are things like vacations, holidays, new furniture, anything that we need in the next couple of months. Anything that's less than 1 year is usually considered short-term. And so what we do is we keep our long-term goals in separate accounts. These accounts are harder to access. They have higher interest rates, but we can't touch them until we need them. So this is our emergency fund. This is our vacation fund. This is our house fund. This is our retirement fund. We have separate accounts for each of these goals. And then we keep our short-term goals in another account, and this account is much easier to access. It has a lower interest rate, but it's our everyday checking account. So every single time that we need to make a purchase, we can access this money straight away. We don't have to wait. It's our everyday account. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But basically, we have all of these different accounts and all of these different places where we're re-putting our money so that we can reach our goals. And finally, I want to talk about how I actually track all of this because it is very easy for me to get a little bit carried away and overspend if I am not keeping track of where my money is going. So I use an app called Monify, and it's been a lifesaver. Monify is a spending tracker app, and it connects to all of your bank accounts and credit cards. And then it gives you this beautiful dashboard showing you exactly where your money is going. It shows you by percentages. It shows you with graphs. It shows you exactly how much you're spending on housing, on utilities, on transportation, on food, on debt payments, on savings. And you can see it all right there in front of you, and it is updated every single day. Now I've tried so many different apps and none of them are as good as Monify. It's free. It's super easy to use and it's just the perfect spending tracker. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button below and also subscribe to our channel because we have so many videos coming up about living abroad, about saving money, about investing. We have some really fun stuff planned, so please make sure to stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week. Bye bye.